Okay, let's see if you can hear me. 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 I love the echo, okay? I love the echo, okay? I love the echo, okay? Alright, you can't hear anything for now, but now you can. At least you should be able to. And there's no echo, alright. I think I can also turn this off. And so, today I will speak more like this because my throat is still hurting and, well, I do not want to abuse it too much since tomorrow I have a long day at work. Well, let's just get right into it. I hope everything's okay. I think it should be. I could hear myself and it wasn't blasting my ears off, so I can only be hopeful that it doesn't, well, blast off yours. Okay. Alright. If there are any issues with the audio, please let me know. We will just get right back into the game. I hope to finish all of this, or at least most of those. Actually, maybe we shouldn't do all of them. Like, I could and should probably let you do some of these. So maybe we'll do 2 more of the main games and 2 of the DLCs. And then go to step 2. So we won't be overwhelmed, and so you can still have something to look forward to if you buy the game, which obviously you should. You know, it's not that big of a game. We have a sink over here. Yeah, so let's just get into it, and in that case I think we will take Fireflies, Grown Up, Library because I like books, and maybe the Sleepover. Not too many, not too little, it seems like that should be fine. And then we can start step 2. Without further ado, let's go to the Grown Up. One sweltering summer day, you were in your... Wait, can you see? You can't. Okay. I didn't remember if you can see my cursor or not, and I didn't want it to be in a way, but I can see that you don't see it, so yeah, it's okay. One sweltering summer day, you were in your living room with Cove, listening to the sound of the birds chattering outside the window while you lay across the rug on the floor. Cove's dad had dropped him off earlier, and your mums had left the 2 of you, along with Lizzie, to play amongst yourselves. It had been too hot to go outside in the afternoon, at least according to Mommy, so your sister was starting to get impatient, waiting for her golf class. The 3 of you had had trouble finding something fun to do. The beach and the playground were off limits, and you felt that it was too warm for anything like playing with your fuzzy toy animals. Then suddenly, a light came to Lizzie's big brown eyes, and her smile spread wide across her face. Having an idea gave her a new wave of energy. Since we're stuck inside, we should be adults. They don't play outside anyways, they're always inside and telling everybody they're too busy to play.
Why?
What he said.
Duh!
I said why, and it will be fun, duh! What do they do inside that we don't? Besides, use the phone a lot. Excluding a small huff, Lizzie decides to ignore Cove.
What do you think?
Matty, what do you think? Do you want it? Cove said it, that doesn't sound fun. I bet we could come up with something else, I don't know, I want to. I mean, gonna be honest, as I mentioned in the previous stream, I want to be like a little. I want to be little Machi in this game, in the first step. So, little Machi would never play a normal adult. If I was playing pretend, I was either a fairy, a princess, a cat, a dog, or like some diva. Like I would be a famous singer or whatever, and I would have a perfect boyfriend and stuff like that. And I would do that with my cousins. So just playing adults with responsibilities was never my thing, and I would never play that. I would be like, fuck no, I'll have to clean up the house. So I bet we could come up with something else. But that's what I'm going to do, and it's not as fun when I played pretend adults by myself. Do you do that a lot? Was it to you? Looking at Lizzie, it seemed Cove felt he could understand where she was coming from, and he sighed. Do you really not want to play, Machi? It was clear he wanted some way out, but still felt guilty about it. I'll try it, but that sounds boring. Okay, I'll stay. Sorry, I have other stuff to do. You keep hesitating. I would hesitate too. I would be like, damn, lonely bitch. That wouldn't be me. I don't know actually. How often do they play games I didn't want to play when I was a kid? Quite often. But I would be like, when people wanted to play, I don't know, hide and seek, I didn't like hide and seek. It was boring, like later on. I liked hide and seek when I was like 5, 6. And then I was like, nah, not anymore, but no. But people were like younger than me because I am one of the oldest cousins, and therefore they would want to play hide and seek a lot. And I would just be like, I will not say my opinion on this game, we will play it and I will pretend to enjoy it because everybody else wants to play it, so I'm not gonna spoil their fun. Therefore, if people want to play a game that I do not want to play, I usually just like keep quiet. So that would be me. Hello! Sneak peeks into Machi's childhood. Hi! I wonder how, like, I hope it sounds well because I brought the microphone closer so you can hear me when I speak like this, but I don't know how it sounds. I sometimes feel like you can hear every little thing my mouth do, and that feels a little bit I'm not sure. You look down at your hands, still unsure. Apparently tired of waiting for you to make up your mind, Lizzie sighed. Fine, go play over there, Machi. You flinched from her raised voice. It definitely wouldn't be fun to join now. Me and Cove will do it ourselves. It's decided. He looked back at you regretfully. I guess. Oh. Now, go on. Nodding goodbye to the two of them, you trailed off to find something else to do. Like he promised, Cove stayed put with Lizzie for the next couple of hours, while you watched TV, played Godzilla, read a book. Both of I would read a book. I loved reading books ever since I was a child, so you could hear them talking as you sat with a book by the window. You opened the picture book in your lap and immediately got lost in the story. It wouldn't be a picture book. I would read a proper book. Like, I started reading normal books when I was 5 or 6. I don't think I was... Like, I don't remember the times when I would read picture books. I'm gonna say it like that, because surely I did. Like, every kid did. That's normal. But it was at the time where I couldn't quite register it in my long memory. All I know, all I remember is that I was reading a lot of fairy tales, like OG fairy tales. Andersen, some other stuff, because that's what my auntie and what my grandma had that was technically suitable for a kid. I also read a lot of like Christian stuff because that's other thing that my grandma had that she could give me. I'm not religious anymore, but yeah, I would read that a lot and like learn the songs from it. But yeah, nothing really with pictures. I mean, the Andersen books would have illustration on them, but illustrated book is not really a picture book, I feel like. It was about a little donkey who grew up on a farm, making friends with all the animals and pretending to be like them. You liked the part where he swam around in the pond with the ducks. It always made you laugh. I just can't imagine myself like this because I'm reading this and I compare it to like The Ugly Duckling or the one about the dancer with the magic bullets. This one where at the end the main girl's legs are chopped off. This is what I was reading when I was 8. And I'm like, yeah, this kid is happy. This kid is reading about a donkey swimming in a pond with little duckies. And I was like, chop chop. Chop chop. I love differences. That's why I became a Vtuber. And that's how okay. You finished that book and went to get another, but before you could choose one, you noticed that Lizzie and Cole's voices were getting much louder. Curious about what was happening, you craned your neck to hear them better. At first, you mostly only picked up on Lizzie's high-pitched shouting, giving orders, telling Cove what to do, yelling about sports and the Olympics. Is Lizzie the father? That was pretty typical for Lizzie, so there was nothing new there. But then you started hearing Cove more and more as time went on. It sounded like they weren't having a very good time. You stayed put, you went to see what's going on. I would go to see. That's my friend and my sister, so like I should go see. You abandoned your cozy reading spot to go check what was happening with them. Hey, is something wrong? From up close, you could see that your sister was red-faced and pouting, while Cove mostly just looked confused. Neither one paid you mind.
Cove.
Shut up, Cove! You're being so unreasonable. You... I don't get what you want. This game doesn't make sense.
Ugh.
It does. You have to be realistic. I said that. But you're not. You worried that the two of them were getting a little too angry over whatever it was. You had no idea what to do to make them stop at this point. It seemed like the two of them would just keep working each other up as long as they could. Had the two of them been arguing like this the whole time? Thankfully, like a greeting card angel, Mom walked into the room. Lizzie rushed to her, hanging onto the hem of her shirt and poking out her tongue at Cove. Lizzie, Machi, it's time to get ready to go.
You alright with that?
Sorry you have to leave already, Cove. Their mommy said she'll walk you home so you won't be left in the cold. Cove was still glaring at Lizzie, his face flushed red with anger. I can go by myself. But...
Bye.
Bye, Machi. There was still a harsh edge to the brief farewell, but she knew it wasn't you he was mad at. Without giving Mom a chance to stop him, Cove stood up and stalked out of the room, shoulders drawn tight.
Huh?
Okay. Worried Mom turned to look down at you and Lizzie. You two were playing nice with our new friend, weren't you? You told the truth, you lied. Snitches get stitches. I don't think so now. Right now, I think that snitching is the highest regard for community you can give, and that you should snitch if someone is doing something wrong. And I am completely okay with snitching right now. Like, I am. No, okay, that's a joke. That's a Polish joke. Like, don't pay me any mind. I don't think tonight. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wait a second, I need to gather my thoughts. I am not well today. Today my empty brain is kind of working up. Like, I just speak, I do not think, and that's not good when you're in the internet. Okay. It's so fun to play with Cove and Lizzie. Reassured that you didn't rat her out, Lizzie flashed you a smile.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. We're good hosts in this house.
Nice.
That's what I like to hear. We'll have to make sure he comes over again. Lizzie's smile immediately faded. Oh, right. We better get a move on.
Let's go.
Let's go, kids. No, Lani. Where did you leave the car keys? Mom hustled you out all... Fuck. Mom hustled you all out the door, and you noticed during the car ride to golf practice that Lizzie was quieter than usual. She was usually the first one to request which music to listen to in the car, but she didn't say a thing. Your parents noticed she was in the mood to be bothered. They gave her space, and Mommy just asked you what you'd like to listen to. You picked your favorite song, it always made the car ride more fun. You chose the soundtrack to a cool movie you saw a couple months ago. You chose a song that you... I would do this. Like, again, another story time from my childhood. My auntie and my grandma would always take me, and like every year, they would take me and one of my cousins to the beach. And she was 5, I mean still is, she's alive. My cousin was 5 years younger than me, and when she was getting moody, I would always play, like on my little phone, songs that I recorded on a dictaphone, like on the phone recorder. Just stick it to the television and let it record. And I would put that up, and I would say I would blast it, but you could barely hear shit there. But I was next to her, so we would I would hold the phone so we can both hear it and we can both sing it. And those were mostly the songs she had on her CDs, like some cute little kid song. And well, since I liked them and since she liked them, because I always liked the kids things, like I like movies for kids, I like songs for kids, I still like them too. One of those songs I listen up to this day, like Vtuber is a great song. So yeah, I would just go, okay, we could listen to some Phil, we could listen to some Black Eyed Peas, but no, we are going to listen to freaking fruit song or whatever. Usually it was the fruit song. There is this one samba, like I think it's called Fruit Carnival at Rio de Janeiro, just in Polish. So yeah, it's a very carnival-like song about fruits, as you can imagine. So yeah, a little story about moi. Anyway, that's why I'm choosing this one, because it fits me the most. You were happy to see it brighten her up right away, and she started singing along with you. Soon enough, her bad mood was a thing of the past. When the car ride was over, you spent the twilight hour watching Lizzie hit things with other girls her age. You didn't know much about golf, but you could tell that she really liked it, so you sat with your moms and tried to puzzle it out. It was nice sitting outside after being cooped in the house all day, and you stretched out your legs to let this last few minutes of sun warm your skin. When the sun was finally out of sight, deep in behind the horizon, you all got ready to leave. Instead of going straight home, your moms took the family out to dinner. You went to a restaurant you had all been going to ever since you could remember. Earlier, you'd only caught the tail end of your sister's argument with Cove, but you could kind of tell that all this helped Lizzie be less angry. With Lizzie in a better mood, the car ride home was much more pleasant. The two of you took turns picking the radio stations while your mom spoke quietly to one another about stuff. Soon enough, Mom was turning onto your street, then reversing into the driveway. Once she cut the ignition, the four of you, not Fowler. I really can't read today. The four of you got out of the car and went into the house. Mommy went to the washroom while Mom left to go change. You and Lizzie stayed downstairs in the living room. You were about to head to your room when she stopped you, motioning you to closer instead. Puzzled, you listened to her. She craned her neck around as if expecting someone to pop out of nowhere and scare her, then turned back to you. Lizzie crossed her arms, peering intently at you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Machi. I couldn't say it before. If you said Cove got all mad, Mom would have gotten mad too. You thought back to earlier that day, the argument Lizzie and Cove had and how Mom never found out about it. Yeah, Mom didn't need to know. You're welcome. We have to help each other. I want something back for that. You're welcome. You should still try to make up with Cove, okay? But I'll tell on you if you don't say sorry to Cove later. I'll keep it a secret if you apologize to Cove and give me something. I would say this probably. That's the most me thing. Lizzie's expression soured instantly at your words. Why should I do that? It was his fault and it doesn't matter anyway. Cove was really sad because of what you did. Lizzie sputtered before tilting her chin away from you with a defensive look. I didn't do anything. He just can't play right. Mommy always says that you should apologize if you know you upset someone, and you did. She groaned at your words, throwing her head back dramatically, but you knew your sister. You could tell that she knew you were right. Okay, I'll tell him I'm sorry the next time I see him. She glanced back to narrow her eyes at you. But you still can't tell Mom or Mommy about what happened. Alright, it's a deal. Looking relieved, Lizzie promptly left to go upstairs. You watched her disappear from view, hearing the faint sound of her bedroom door shutting soon after. You were pleased at how things had worked out. Lizzie agreed to apologize to Cove, which meant that soon they'd be okay with each other again. As okay as Lizzie and Cove could be with each other. The best part was that your parents hadn't found out. You had gotten away with it. You retreated to your own room with a spring in your step. That's cute. I like this one. So now, fireflies. Alright, tonight we're going to catch fireflies. At this blunt declaration from your sister, you looked up from a macaroni and cheese dinner. Okay, actually, a second, I'm gonna drink some tea. As mentioned before, my throat is kinda sore, so I need to drink a lot to keep it, moist. I'm so fucking stupid. Anyway, at this blunt declaration from his sister, you looked up from your macaroni and cheese dinner. Fireflies were a familiar sight over summer, coming out on warm nights to dance through the sky. Tonight was particularly balmy. You knew there was... Second? Okay. You knew there were bound to be a ton of them around. Oh, you are? Are you? Yeah. You started eating faster, you looked over at your mom's, you pushed your foot around your plate. Again, what are we doing? Catch fireflies. Okay. I mean, I was always down, so I would start eating faster to go out sooner. When I was little, I would catch a lot of butterflies. I loved catching butterflies. There weren't any fireflies here where I lived, but there were tons and tons and tons of butterflies and grasshoppers. So me and my cousins would always catch butterflies and grasshoppers, and sometimes mice and lizards and frogs, and once a duckling. We are kinda crazy. Also a cat. There was a cat. I don't remember anything else. I think that a bunch of fishes, actually. And snails. And now I think that's it. I tried to catch a snake once, but it slipped away. Hello! And... bye! Anyway, you push your foot around your plate. I started eating faster. A grin curved your lips as you started to eat a bit faster, excited for what was to come. It seemed like you were too excited, however, as you started to choke and cough on your foot from shoveling it down so quickly. Also, disclaimer, do not catch wild animals. I was 8, 9, 10 years old maybe when I was doing that. It's illegal, it stresses them out, it's not good. They do not want to be your pets. They want to be free, they are wild animals, they belong in the wild. Do not catch them. You may get in trouble. Okay, end of disclaimer. I felt I need to say that. Like, it should be said. Anyway, actually, wait. A bit more to the side so that, yeah, it shouldn't block your view anymore. Alright. Mommy reached over to pat you on the back, firmly helping to dislodge the noodles and enable you to breathe again. You took a big gulp of water from your glass, giving your mom a sheepish look. Whoops! That's a good idea, Lizzie. Can we, Mrs. Halter? Shiloh tapped his fork against the table excitedly, his face lightening up as he looked at Lizzie. It was unusual for Shiloh to still be here. Like always, his mom had to bring him over really early in the morning before her job started. But normally, she would have picked him up by now. She called before dinner to let your moms know she'd be late. You didn't know why. Probably more work things. You thought maybe getting to hang out with Shiloh for longer is what made Lizzie want to keep running around outside. Staying at home and watching TV was never an option for her with guests over. That's why you were pretty sure she'd get your moms to agree. Well, it's already so dark out there. Lizzie gave Mom the best puppy eyes she could, slowly spooning mac and cheese into her mouth while you waited there for their response.
There.
Let them go. Nights like this don't happen every day. Your parents exchanged a look. Then Mom eventually sighed and nodded back. Yes! Along with Lizzie's cheers, you threw your arms up in a triumph, but waited until you'd finished chewing to say anything because you knew it. Again? But waited until you'd finished chewing to say anything because you knew it was rude to talk with your mouth full.
Fine.
Now, it was semi-decent. Fine, fine, just make sure you stay on the hill behind your house with all the poppies, okay?
Duh.
Duh, Mom, that's where most of them are. The idea had only just been planted in your head, but already you could just picture all the glowing lights spread out in front of you, like the fairies from the bedtime stories Mommy read sometimes. Although quickly it became a race to see who would finish their food first. No talking at the dinner table now. That's right, if someone died, we'd have to cancel the firefly trip after all. Mom said it like a joke, but she knew that they were both telling you kids to slow down. Shiloh did immediately. When you glanced at Lizzie, you saw her still eating faster than she should. Elizabeth!
Jeez.
No one is gonna die, sheesh! A knock on the door interrupted Mom before she could no doubt scold your sister. I'll get it! Your big sister jumped out of her seat and ran over to the door, pulling it open without even looking out the window to see who it was.
Huh?
Huh? You shifted in your seat to try and get a glimpse of the unexpected guest.
Hi.
Good evening, Cove. Your mommy had already walked to the door by the time you managed to see past Shiloh's floppy hat. Oh, Cove! Hi, you're here! Cove smiled at your enthusiastic greeting, and you hoped Mommy would ask him to stay. It didn't matter why he was there, it meant he could join you all in catching fireflies. Then, for a few seconds, Cove said nothing. He only stood there and looked up at your mommy with a face almost like he was considering turning around and leaving. My dad told me to drop this off, cause I guess he borrowed it from you. Cove took a familiar screwdriver from out of his large side pocket. Eyes now dropped to the floor. We left ours back home when we moved. Great! Thanks! Bye!
Thank you.
Thank you. Here, why don't you come inside for a bit? Lizzie crossed her arms and lifted her chin. Cove shrugged, and Mom stood from the table too. I'll give your dad a call to let him know you got here alright. Cove shuffled fully inside, eyes remaining on the ground. Mommy closed the door behind him.
Hi.
Hi, Cove! Shiloh gave Cove a friendly smile while waving by holding up his hand and opening and closing his fingers. Cove nodded in response. Cove, are you going to catch fireflies with us? You could come outside with us if you want, we weren't sure what to say. I'm just gonna invite him straight away. Why not? You could see Lizzie eyeing you for mentioning the exertion to an outsider, but she'd get over it. You hoped Cove would say yes. That way you wouldn't be the odd one out with Lizzie and Shiloh anymore. Yeah, I can do that. I've never got one before. It's too bad he didn't have a chance before now. The fireflies weren't out when he first moved in, and there must not have been anywhere he used to live. We can't go until after dinner. Oh, that was Lizzie. We can't go until after dinner. After she pointed this out, Lizzie walked back to the table and took her seat. There wasn't much left on her plate. Since this was very true, you decided to finish up your own stuff as well. Cove stepped closer and eyed what was on the menu for your family's meal. Have you eaten yet? Yeah, my dad and I ate earlier. What did you have? Eggs. The clipped, one-word answer seemed to discourage Shiloh from asking any more questions. His eyes slowly wandered back to the last scraps of food on his plate. Her phone call with Cove's dad must have ended because your mom came back into the room.
Okay.
Cove, your dad said you can stay for a while if you'd like, but he's going to come get you before it gets too much later. Sure.
Fun.
Oh, fun! This will be so nice. As you polished off the meal, you hoped it would be too. The three of you all finished eating shortly after, and Lizzie led the way outside. Remember, don't stray too far. It's fine, Mom. Shiloh trailed so closely after Lizzie was nearly stepping on her heels. Cove hesitated at the door. Come in? After a moment, he did.
Bye.
Bye, children. The two of you were a good 10 or 15 feet behind Lizzie and Shiloh by the time you walked outside. You push the door shut behind you, watching their figures get farther and farther away.
Hurry up!
You're so slow, Marty. We don't have all night. You started to run when you heard Lizzie's voice calling you, but paused when you saw Cove was still walking at a relaxed pace. Are you not gonna come? You tagged him along, you walked with him, you waved at him to hurry, you ran up. I would walk with him. Like, if I have an excuse not to run, I'm using that excuse. And it's not about I don't like exercise. I like exercising. Like, it can be nice, especially if you're feeling frustrated. I don't like running. So, yeah, I'm just walking. You fell behind, sidling up next to him and matching his stride. He noticed right away.
It's okay.
You can go ahead if you want. You smile and shake your head. I don't. After a short while, the two of you reached the hill behind the house. The fireflies were out in full force, floating on the breeze, their gentle glow winking in and out and creating an almost magical effect. Also, wouldn't it be like bad for Cove to run? So like tagging him along would be the worst thing to do, since, you know, his arm. Lizzie had already climbed to the top. Shiloh was spinning in circles somewhere around the middle.
Wow.
What he said. Shiloh took a moment to come over and welcome the both of you to the hill. Hi guys, it's really great out, huh? See how many there are? Yeah. A firefly danced through the air, landing on Cove's sea green head. Shiloh couldn't help but giggle. You and Shiloh couldn't help but giggle. You quietly looked on. You shook the back away. I would giggle. I would be like, oh my god, it's on your head, that's so cute. I'm not gonna tell another childhood story. That's enough. That's enough of childhood stories for now. I can't tell a childhood story every 5 freaking minutes. You're gonna get annoyed. Also, am I not getting too loud? I hope I'm not. I very hope I'm not. Okay. Covering your mouth with a hand, the sound escaped you. By the way, I love moving when I'm talking because I am getting close and far from the microphone and I cannot stop myself. Covering your mouth with a hand, the sound escaped you and Cove looked at you in confusion. What? You gestured to his head and he reached out, making the firefly dart away. Cove jumped, then followed after the glow. Oh, look, Lizzie has one. That's amazing. Shiloh ran to the highest point of the hill, making sure not to lose his hat or backpack along the way. You hummed as the group divided and conquered, shifting your gaze to the dozen of other fireflies sailing around. The game was on. Okay, wait a second, I need to get myself more comfortable. You had a bandage on your thumb and you tried to be cautious of that. On your palm, 2 bandages. I mean, I wasn't good at not getting cuts or scratches, I just didn't care about them much. And not on my hands, I would usually have them on my knees. My hands would only be like cat scratches, since I always lived with cats and half my life with dogs as well. Maybe not half of my life, like 1/3 of my life with dogs. And so, yeah, there were symptoms of that, especially of the cats. The dogs usually like me. Cats are cats. They like me, but yeah, as a kid I didn't know when to stop patting them. And they didn't like that, so they would scratch me and then I would stop patting them. And I'm going with this one because there were no bandages. Spotting one close by, you approached it with assassin-like stealth, crouching down to make yourself seem like less of a threat. Slowly dragging one foot in front of the other, you crept up towards it, arms outstretched. You closed your hands around the little glowing orb, careful not to crush it. The firefly landed on your palm, almost docile, and you stared down at your prize in delight. Its tiny legs tickled your skin, and you giggled at the sensation. Cove kept up with his own target, but when he tried to grab it, his pink cast waved awkwardly through the air, foiling his efforts to clap his hands around the firefly. Wow. Cove watched it vanish into thin air with a dissatisfied expression on his face. I would encourage him to try again. Probably. I wouldn't brag that haha I got one, and I wouldn't joke about it, cause you can tell this guy is not like someone who wants to get teased. So I wouldn't tease him, and I wouldn't ignore it either, so just encourage. You'll get the next one! Did you catch one? You nodded, and Cove gave up his hand for the moment, coming closer and peering at the insect still crawling across your palm. You held out your hand, and he leaned closer, eyes widening a tad behind his glasses. Cove remained hypnotized by the little bug, as he inched his hand closer to yours. Ultimately, he settled his fingers lightly over the top of the ones you were holding open. It tingled. I stayed very still. You cannot let the bug get scared away. The last thing you wanted was to accidentally scare the shiny treasure off. Oh, we got the photo! Let's go! That's so cute. That's so adorable. That's my hand. That's my chubby little hand. The firefly, noticing the new connection, crawled up onto Cove's hand. He gently gasped. It worked! Yeah, you got one. Cove's lips turned up in a slow smile, and his eyes shined brighter than the bug. Thanks, Machi. With a laugh, he gave the palm of your hand a friendly smack, performing an awkward low five. Startled by the extreme movement, the tiny light disappeared before you could even blink. Your firefly was gone.
Sorry.
Oops, sorry. I forgave him. That's okay. I couldn't keep it forever.
You're right.
Right. Bugs have to stay outside. Let's get another. You just need to collect more, you just need to sit on the grass and watch. I would collect more. We can walk together. His face broke out into a wide grin. We'll get a bunch. With renewed vigor, you ran. Vigor, right? Vigor. With renewed vigor, you ran out into the hill. You're not sure how much time passed while you were in the thick of it. All you could focus on was the adventure at hand. No critter was safe from your grasp. At first, you tried to keep a tally of how many you had caught, but once the number grew higher than 10, you had no more fingers left to count with. Come on, mate. I'm not 4. Like, I have a feeling that in pieces of fiction, not just here, kids are often infantilized too much. Like, kids at the age of 8 in Poland can count to at least 20 in foreign language. In their own language, they boasting about how they can, like, they are bidding on one another, being like, oh, I can count to 100, oh, I can count to 1,000, oh, I can count to 1,000,000. And they are like going so on and so forth. And so yeah, I would be able to count more than 10 at the age of 8. And I know that for a fact. My 5 year old niece would be able to count more than 10. You were having the time of your life, racing up and down the hill with the crash of the ocean and the sound of everyone's laughter echoing in the background. Machi, this way! You followed the sound of Cove's voice to the top of the hill, watching as he stretched his arms in front of him, reaching with his fingers and only narrowly missing the target. Cove and you took turns trying to scare fireflies in the direction of the other. You showed him some techniques that you had learned, like how to cup your hands correctly, and he listened attentively before trying for himself. There were a few times when you almost ran into each other, giggling as you dove to the side at the last moment. Luckily, disaster was avoided each time. It was an overall huge success with the both of you catching multiple fireflies each. Eventually, the fireflies began to thin out and your energy started to lapse. You decided it was time to call off the hunt. Cove didn't complain. He breathed in heavily and his face seemed really flushed. That was fun. A lot of fun. You smiled at him broadly, happy that he had enjoyed the activity. Yeah, it was.
Come on!
Matty, Cove, get up here, we're gonna have a race. The shouting caught you off guard. It had been quite a while since you heard from Lizzie or Shiloh. You glanced over to see them both standing on top of the hill again, Lizzie beckoning to you with quick hand gestures. If she was like that, you knew there wasn't much room for disagreement. Up the incline you went. From the corner of your eye you saw Cove was coming as well. He didn't care for Lizzie a lot, so you thought he might be intrigued just by the idea of a race. Hi!
Cove!
Hi! Cove, you can roll down the hill. You could hurt your arm again. You can't roll down the hill. You could hurt your arm again. You'll be the referee for the rest of us. A second, I need to drink something. As Lizzie pointed this out, Cove froze in place. Oh, it was that kind of race. He frowned down at his cast. That was the second time it got in the way tonight. What? Yeah, you'll watch and see who gets to the bottom first. That's important. Got it?
I guess.
Poor boy. The cast was sturdy. If he was careful, he could have done it. Lizzie might have just been looking for a reason to make someone else the referee, but it was already decided. You got into position. I'm gonna do something else. I'll stay with Cove. I don't want him to be sad and alone.
Really?
Really? Why? You don't have to. It's okay, I want to watch. You moved beside him on the top of the hill, even though Lizzie eyed you and made a face. That's not how races work. We only need one referee. Shrugging your shoulders, you refused to budge, and Lizzie let out a huff before throwing her hands in the air. Fine, I'll be the winner, whether you join or not. Lizzie moved to lay down, and Shiloh did the same. Cove stood slightly to the side to get a better vantage point, and you stood next to him. Count down! Cove stood up a little straighter. It seemed like he was taking his newfound referee duty seriously. 3, 2, 1, go! Liz and Shiloh took off, letting gravity do the work and rolling at high speed towards the bottom of the hill. You and Cove leaned forward to watch them go, eyes peeled for which of the two would reach the bottom first. They were both neck and neck until about halfway down the hill. Lizzie started to veer off to the side, giving Shiloh a huge disadvantage. She obviously hadn't noticed a thing, and as soon as Shiloh reached the bottom of the hill, he jumped up excitedly and threw his hand in the air. I won! Almost immediately, he fell back onto the grass, still dizzy from his roll down the hill. Lizzie stamped out of the bush she had ended up with, spluttering angrily and brushing leaves from the front of her dress. Not bad, you got lucky. Let's do it again and see who wins for real. Kids, it's time to come in.
Ugh.
No! You snickered, feeling grateful you hadn't been a part of the mini debacle. You caught Cove's eyes and saw that he was doing the same. It had gotten late and was beginning to feel just a bit chilly as you made your way out of the hills. But the cold in the air hadn't dampened anyone's spirits. The four of you walked back home together, side by side, down your neighborhood street, discussing the evening, with each person trying to prove that they were the one who caught the most fireflies. You knew that whoever really did catch the most didn't matter much anyway. All that mattered was that you all had a good time, which, judging by the smiles on everyone's faces, you did. That's so cute. I hope that the photos, that if we get them, they would be here. But I guess for that we would have to... Wait, I'm gonna save. And I'm gonna go to menu, yes. Because it should be in the gallery now. Or not? Maybe not. I guess not. Never mind. Well, I guess not. Then I don't know where else they could be. In that case. Well, anyway, return to main menu, load. Let's go to the DLC. So we're gonna do just 2 from the DLC to not spoil much of it. As I said, I want you guys to have a reason to play this game for yourself and see what it has to offer for you. We're doing library and we're doing maybe ghost, actually, not the sleepover. But library for sure. Time to get something to drink. How long has it been, by the way? Like 40 minutes? Every year, the Sunset Bird Memorial Library held a summer reading program. Your moms and Lizzie were big fans of it. Mom and Mommy because it encouraged reading, and Lizzie because she could win prizes. When it came to what you thought of having to read a bunch of books and then going to the library with a competitive Lizzie, I loved it. I love reading books. I loved when I was a kid, I still do. I have a lot of them. Like, I keep needing more space because I love both mangas and just normal books, and I love all different sorts of books. I have horror, I have crime, I have classics, I have like how do you say that? Like factual books, scientific books. I have fantasy, I have young adult, I have all sorts of them. Yeah, all sorts. So yeah, I love my books. Books are awesome. Read books, everyone. Each time it would be one of the highlights of the summer. Getting to hang out with Lizzie and Shiloh and learn new stuff was a lot of fun, even if Lizzie was super intense about it. You and Lizzie went with Shiloh before, and this year you'd brought Cove too. His dad had been so over the moon about Cove being included that he'd driven all 4 of you. You had never been in Cove's dad's car before. It seemed a lot shinier than your mom's. After herding the groups inside, Mr. Holden gave you all a wide wave with the arm that Again. After herding this group inside, Mr. Holden gave you all a wide wave with the arm that had a stingray on it. You can just say a left arm. That's all you need to say. Have fun, kids! Stay in the side of the librarians, you hear? I wish I could watch you in action, but your poor old dad had to finish up some work.
I got it.
Though I'm sure that won't get in the way. Heck, I'd probably hold you kids back. There's pointedly no reply from his son over what was likely meant as only a joke. Cove's dad seems to deflate a bit. I'll swing around again when this shindig ends. Yeah, You can go home now.
Aw.
Oh, you don't have to throw me out the door, Your sister already in full competition mode cut him off. For once, Cove looked grateful she was there.
Come on!
We have to go find a table, Mr. Holden. We can talk to Cove after, when we win. Okay. See you in about an hour. Have fun. Did I say that already? My advanced stage is really catching up to me now.
Bye.
Bye, Dad. Bye, son. The four of you watched him shuffle out of the library, glancing over his shoulder at Cove more than once.
Bye!
Bye, Mr. Holden. Thank you for bringing us. Thanks, Lizzie. I don't know what you're thanking me for. Are you copying Shiloh? Distracted, Cove was already glancing around the gigantic library. I want to go explore. What? I said I want to go look around and see what's in here. But the quiz starts soon. That's why we came. Right at the first signs of conflict, Shiloh eyes darted between Lizzie and Cove. Then you can do it without me, right? You don't need a bunch of people. Didn't your dad say to stay with the librarians? You shouldn't go somewhere by yourself. Cove leveled an unimpressed stare at both of them. Then his eyes met yours.
Hey!
Why are you looking at them? Matty is with us. Matty can come if they want to. Cove's idea is more fun. I'll stick with Lizzie. I'd rather go exploring. The quiz sounds better. Go over to Cove, stay next to Lizzie. I know there are no bad endings here, and we are looking at the story of like me being me. So I don't want to just do anything to like stay besides Cove. Cove is being a little brat right now. Like, I know you're interested in the library, but I am sure your dad would let you stay a bit longer after the quiz to go and read and see what's in here. So I would be like, well, let's just do the quiz and then we'll go exploring. Because that's how we can do it, and we can't do the quiz after the exploring, so you're actually missing out a little bit here. But yeah, you do you. I'm going to take the quiz. I like quizzes. Lizzie's entire face lit up in a bright grin. You didn't take many things seriously, but the quiz really was fun, at least to you. But Cove, meanwhile, was making a face you couldn't read.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, but like, you know, I was a kind of kid to listen to the parents anyway, so if the adults say, hey, stick to the librarians, I'm gonna stick to the librarians. I was not a rebellious kid at all. Right now? Sure. Before? No. Without another word, he turned and walked away on his own. And once Cove was gone, Lizzie's mind was immediately stuck on the quiz again.
Alright!
Right, let's win this one.
Alright!
I'll do my best. It only took a few minutes for your team to be set up with pencils and papers that have multiple choice questions to fill out. There were 10 normal ones and 2 bonus ones. You were glad everyone got their own paper. If groups had to share one, Lizzie would for sure write whatever she thought was best. From past experiences, you knew it wasn't worth it to try arguing with her about different answer ideas. You'll just have to pick what you think is best and leave Lizzie and Shiloh, who always agrees with her anyway, to choose their own things. First question. It wants to know what fruit was giant and shared a book title with a boy named James. I don't know. Melon? I'd say like melon. I should know this one, but you guys pick whatever you want. The starting answer you marked on the quiz was James Peach? I don't know what they're talking about. I don't orange? Okay, let's just say orange, because I know there's a book with orange in the title for sure. I don't know about the rest. Maybe there was a James in it. Giant orange. You and Lizzie have a tiny note once you finish writing. Alright. What's question 2, Shiloh? Come on, let's keep going. This one asks, which member of the Bucket family is the protagonist who wins the trip to Willy Wonka's factory? Shiloh quietly repeated the big word to himself all in one go. Maybe to make sure he got it right. Protagonist. That's the main character of the story.
Thank you.
Thanks! You're so smart, Lizzie. So, who is it? Charlie! Machi, write Charlie! You looked back at the paper and wrote... I think it was Christopher. No, it was Charlie. Yeah, it was Charlie. It wasn't Christopher. No, it was Charlie. Charlie in the... Yeah. At least in the movie it was Charlie. Right? Or was his name Christopher, but he was called Charlie? Because I remember a Charlie in the movie. Because it was in the title of the movie. Okay, I'm just going with Charlie. I don't care. Without even giving an answer sheet a glance over, Lizzie scanned the question guide and looked at the next one. Kissing Kate Barlow was famous for one type of makeup. It wants to know which one it is. Nail polish, lipstick, blush. Blush? But isn't that not makeup? It's a normal thing.
You dumbo.
You can wear it on your face too. It's powdery red stuff.
Oh?
Oh? I don't know this book. Who's gonna guess? You looked at the options and picked. Her nail polish, her lipstick, her blush. Well, judging by the kissing, pretty sure it's gonna be lipstick. Alright, that's a cool name she's got. With that settled, Shiloh took it upon himself to check the next question. Oh, I don't like this one. Who was the mean green man who terrorized? The green man that terrorized Whoville. It means he bullied them really badly and was terrible. You know everything! That was a little funny since Lizzie said she didn't know something just on the last question. Did he not hear that part? Shiloh could be kind of weird sometimes. Without even listening to her eager audience, Lizzie turned to you and pointed at one of the options.
Okay.
It was Grinch. Pick that one. But you put your pencil to the paper and marked... Yeah, Grinch. You marked down the Grinch as the bully who picked on Whoville. By the time you had finished writing, your sister was already on to the next one. Which of these stories was not written by Hans Christian Andersen? One of these is Little Mermaid, that's an ocean book, Cove is gonna be sorry he didn't do the quiz. Yeah, I bet he wishes he didn't go off by himself. Since those two were focused on talking about Cove while he wasn't here, you decided to check for yourself what was written. Thumbelina? Okay, pretty sure both of those were Andersen. This one for sure. Cinderella and Thumbelina. Wait, I need to check what Thumbelina, if it even exists, would sound in Polish. Oh, it's this, okay. I don't think it was by Andersen. It was! Alright! So, it was Cinderella in that case, right? Yeah, it was Cinderella. Okay. Cinderella was your choice. Okay, now what? It's question 6. Who is so far? Yeah, we're making good time. The other groups are probably still on question 3. For this one, we just gotta answer. What's the name of the Darwin family sister who flies with Peter Pan in the first book? Joe sounds like Jojo. That's a good name. Your cat's name? Who would name their book character after your cat? I think it's Wendy. Alright, it's gotta be Wendy. I was only saying. You went with Wendy. Lizzie wasn't showing any signs of slowing down and she went right into the next one.
I know.
Cap, Tiny Bear and Baby Bear. Which one of the ones from Goldilocks and the Three Bears? That's easy. Lizzie conflict made a choice. This time she hadn't declared her thoughts out loud. Shiloh moved to right as well, stopping only briefly to check over Lizzie's shoulder, just in case. You're certain he wanted their quizzes to be exactly the same? Friends always match, that's what he liked to believe. You say that the best sounding answer was... the one that wasn't, the one that wasn't, the one that was, right? I think there was like, you know, small... I think it's gonna be Tiny Bird. Yes, Salty Pam. That's all I'm gonna say. Tiny Bear made the most sense to you. Hey, this next one is only a question. They're all questions, Shiloh. It says, I'm late for a very important date. Who am I? The rabbit from... Oh. The answer were all animals with colors. Oh, I remember. It's the Alistair with the white rabbit. I really Really? What?
It's okay.
I just thought that was it. But we don't have to go with that one, it's okay. The animal who was always running late was... the white rabbit. Lizzie watched you finish writing and bit her lip at the next question. The Narnia series of books ended up with one girl being... Hey! Is this the real ending? I didn't get to the last book yet.
Jeez!
I'm not looking at the list. I'm not looking. Write something down for both of us. You pulled the paper away from Lizzie's dramatic show of covering her face and turning away. Out of the girls who visited in the books, the one left out in Narnia is in the end was... Pretty sure it would be Lucy. If Lucy is who I think it is, it probably would be Lucy. Because that's like Wusia Zosia. I don't know who this one is. I didn't ever finish Narnia series. But it would make sense if it was Lucy, if Lucy's Wusia. Poor Lucy. But you checked her full name again and glanced up at Lizzie again. Are you done? Yep. Here, I'll read the next one.
Thanks.
Shiloh lit up with delight at the word, then cleared his throat. The middle initial B in Child Detective Junie B. Jones' name stands for what? Your older sister slumped forward with a sigh. There are so many different book questions. No one could have read them all.
Sorry.
Sorry, Lizzie. You guessed that the B in Junie B. Jones stood for... Brittany? Junie Brittany Jones. That sounds the best. That's my guess. Junie Brittany Jones. You had to put something down as well. The next one is a bonus question. We're almost done. Oh yeah, we can make up anything we missed on this one or the next one. It's not really a book question though. The sun being blocked out by the moon was a phenomenal call. They put some astronomy books on the bonus reading list. I haven't gotten to them either.
Right?
But I think it's a solar eclipse. It blocks out the sun, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be a solar eclipse, right? Lunar is when the moon goes away. The sun being blocked out by the moon was a phenomenon called a solar eclipse, you decided. Your teammates had kept on tracking forward to reading the final bonus question.
What?
This one is even less on our reading list. How? Fill in the remaining letters to complete the title of the book that's a classic English children's literature, The Secret Garden. Gang, guess, garden? I have no idea. Why are all these last questions so bad? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be garden. If it's the book I'm thinking of, I had it, I've read it. Finally something I've read. Thank God. Shayla glanced down at his lap and started twiddling his thumbs. You think he wanted to apologize again, but the words were left unsaid. From the list of G words he went with garden. The Secret Garden has a nice ring to it. A very good book, by the way. I really enjoyed it. I'm finished! With all the questions unanswered, Lizzie beamed. Okay, we need to go hand this in. I can do it. Here. He snatched up his, Lizzie's, and even your own paper and hurried up to hand it over to Judge. Lizzie decided to get up from the table too. Hey, Machi.
It's not as much fun
Thanks.
without you.
Thanks for doing this again. It's not as much fun without you. We have to do it every year. Oh, Lizzie. Lizzie grinned, and just in time to prevent you from saying anything else, Shiloh skipped back over. All done. It will be a couple minutes, sorry, but I asked them to come to us first. That's smart. Cove's dad should be here soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't like to be late. Ah! As thought he was a ghost, Cove suddenly appeared, as though he was a ghost, Cove suddenly appeared standing behind Lizzie.
Hi.
Hi, Cove. I guess your dad isn't like the rabbit. When did you get here? He shrugged. A while ago. No one questioned about the classic book was The Secret Garden. Oh. Lizzie huffed, her eyes rolling to the side. They must not have picked that answer. And the revelation seemed to end the conversation. The four of you sat at your table and waited. Now that you were close to the scores, Lizzie's mood had gone right back to being just as intense as before. She wanted to win something at least. You could tell that Cove was kind and thankful he hadn't stuck around to compete. Finally, the librarian came up to the table with a basket of prizes. Group 6, you might not have won, but you can have these bonus temporary tattoos and some stickers. Thank you for participating. Lizzie snatched up the prizes and clutched them to her chest. Her smile was polite, but her eyes were all competitive fire.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to win first place next year. That's the spirit. I'll be looking forward to seeing you all then. Prizes delivered, the librarian wandered off to go let other groups know how they'd done. Right as Cove's dad spotted you from between two bookshelves. Hey kids, how'd you do? We might have won first place if Cove had stayed, but he didn't, so we didn't.
Huh?
You left Cove? I wanted to look around, but your friends... It's okay, Liz is really smart. And Matty and Cove too. Wasn't this fun? Your sister looked down at her prizes, then flashed her best friendliest fake smile at Mr. Holden. It sure was. Those stickers were probably going to end up all over the house.
That's...
Even so, next time you should... Cove? Cove started to glance around, slightly frantic, but Cove, just like always, had snuck off without thinking to say anything. He's leaving! Cove's trying to be the first one to the car! With a sudden burst of speed, Lizzie darted for the exit, still in Victor to be mode, even for something like a race to ride in the front seat. There was nothing else for the three of you to do except head after them, pretending the librarians hadn't noticed all the commotion. I need to drink more. By the way, aren't I too loud? I hope I'm not. Lizzie had claimed a window seat in the car. Judging by her expression, this win hadn't been sufficient to compensate for her earlier I hate this word, earlier loss. Cove had sighed as he shot past him in at the last second, and he had to sit in the middle. But he cheered up some as he hopped into the back seat next to him. Before silence settled over the car, Mr. Holden cleared his throat. Cove, you really should have stuck with the group. The quiz would have been fun. That was the plan when I dropped you off. And that's where your friends were. You didn't have to be by yourself. I wanted to, and I didn't leave the library. I'm glad for that much, but well, there's a lot of trouble you can get into on your own, even in a library. Just be careful next time. I worry about you, and I bet I'm not the only one who didn't want you to unexpectedly run off. Okay, son?
Okay.
Okay. That's my boy. Now, enough guff from all that. Sorry we didn't win, Lizzie. You did really good. Still, You did really good still, and I had a great time. That's the spirit. Judging by how Lizzie put her arms closer to her chest, she didn't agree with this sentiment. She looked over her shoulder at you, her expression softening. Thanks for doing the quiz anyway. We'll win for sure next year. Definitely. Yeah, even if it means we have to read everything. Maybe we should get started now. We'll go over the whole library. You can't read all that. Just what us? I don't want to watch you read. You kids, no need to fight. It's good that you sat in your sides high though. It had been a fun day. You'd like to have spent more of it with Cove, but this event was special and you just couldn't pass it up. There would be other times you could hang out with him. Okay. And time for the last one. Ghost. Sorry, just a second. Hello, I'm back. The night was incredibly still. You really couldn't ignore how silent it was. It was almost eerie. You could even hear Lizzie snoring in the next room over. It was hard to believe how much of a blur the day was. Summer sure did slip right past you. You flicked through the moment-slide pages in a scrapbook as you laid in bed. The ones that stuck out all seemed to include your new neighbor, Cove. It was funny how he had become such a big part of your life in such a short span of time. You thought a lot about what adventures you could have tomorrow until sleep started to catch up to you. Then, you heard something scrape against the window. Hi! Come on. Come on. Say hello to the viewers. No? You don't want to? Where are you? Hi! That's my cat. She woke up. Meow. Yeah. More reasons to finish after this one. I don't think we'll be able to start step 2. My throat is getting kind of worry, and well, I don't know if you can hear her, but she's being very needy right now. Then you heard something scrape against the window. It wasn't that uncommon for the wind to push a tree branch against the glass. Summer breezes were the worst sometimes. But the more you tried to ignore it, the louder it seemed like it became. It was like something was trying to get your attention. I wonder who. Oh no, she's playing with her stick. She's so cute. You lifted your head off the pillow to get a better look. Nothing was there. Nothing you could see, at least. You went back to bed. It was only your imagination. You had to investigate the mysterious sounds. It's too creepy to ignore. I would go back to bed. If I can see it, it doesn't exist. That's what I always do when I'm scared something paranormal is happening. I just, okay, ignore it, let the ghosts be. They can be and do whatever the freak they want. I will just ignore it, and maybe it will keep them at peace if I ignore them. So yeah, I went back to bed. What? Baby, hide your tongue. Yum. Yum. She's the cutest, I love her. You tried again to close your eyes and go to sleep, but the unknown scratching sounds didn't stop. It left your heart pounding. I would check it before I would bother my mom's. You practically jumped out of the bed and crept down the stairs to go outside. Your moms were still awake. They stayed up so late, it seemed. Luckily, they were watching. What did they pick? Meow! Hi. What do you want? She wants to play. Hi. Oh, thank you. I really like it too. It's based on my real life t-shirt that I have. Like, thank you a lot. Sorry for the weird sounds. I am communicating with my cat. It must have been weird, huh? Thank you a lot. Oh, I'm getting back to the game. I'm sorry. He moves. I know. Like 20 more minutes, okay? Okay. Oh. I'm really sorry. She's just started being needy. Luckily, they were watching TV and didn't hear the soft click of the front door opening as you slipped past. You looked around the neighborhood for a few seconds, checking over each individual house. It looked normal, but it didn't feel this way. Hey man. I don't know if you can hear her, but she's right here. You knew you weren't supposed to be out here right now? It scared me. You didn't know what had come over you. If something bad happened, no one would know where you had gone, and the thought of that made your stomach tighten in fear. You know what? Come here. Come here. I don't know where to pick you up. Come here. Okay, I couldn't pick her up. Anyway. If something bad happened, I read that. Okay. The is with which you had slipped out only served to make you feel worse. Your moms didn't need to be vigilant because they had trusted you not to do exactly what you were doing. Machi! You twitched at the sudden call, immediately calming down upon seeing Cove walking up to you. It was strange and yet also completely normal to have him appear like this right now. Is he like a ghost? What are you doing? I saw you standing around in the middle of the street from my window. You weren't sleeping either? Why not? Each time I stop talking, I hear her. And like my heart is aching. Hi! Come here. You know exactly what you... Oh my god. Okay, I got her. Thankfully, the water bottle falling Come on, say something. You're gonna be silent now? Oh, you're so cute. My baby. You wanted some pats? You didn't want pats, but I'm gonna pat you anyway. You wanted attention? That's all the attention I can give to you. No, you're going away? Okay. Yes, it fell off. And whose fault is it? Exactly, that's what I thought. Cove turned up his lips to smile, almost as if he were amused by the question. Because... Did you hear a weird noise? You should be in bed. Because what? I'm glad you're here. You could tell you hit the nail on the head by the way his eyes widened. Yeah, you knew? I heard it too. That's why you came out, huh? Cove hesitated for a moment, looking down the street before his aquamarine eyes fell on you again. Did it scare you? Yeah.
It's okay.
Me too. But it's okay. Nothing's gonna happen. You could see Cove was trying to be brave for your sake, and it made you feel a little better. I was kind of wondering if it was the wind, but what if it's not? What if it's a person? What if it's something that's not a person? The unsettling noise suddenly rushed through the air. Cove and you flinched. It sounds even worse than before. You were about to agree with him, even the noise came yet again, tearing through the still night. The two of you rapidly looked around, trying to find the source, but to no avail. There was no sign of an answer to this puzzle. You thought that... It could be anything, it had to be a ghost, there's gotta be a regular reason for it. As a kid, I believed in ghosts. Like, I have a house in front of mine that supposedly was haunted. That's what the adults would tell us. And, you know, one day, me and my cousins would just go there because we were like... I think we were looking for one of my cousin's dog because he ran out there. And we were like running around it. And I looked down because it had some weird window-like things to the basement, like just above the ground, like some holes that you can peek through to see what's in the basement. And I swear to God, I saw a coffin in it. And the next time I looked, it wasn't there anymore. And I was so scared. Maybe I hallucinated it because, you know, I was a kid and I believed in paranormal activities, so I could have imagined a coffin there, but you know, you can never tell. So yeah, I totally believed in things like that when I was a kid. Invisible, creepy thing luring children from their beds? It had to be a monster. The thought terrified you down to the bones, and you regretted leaving the safety of your nice, warm bed. You shakily inched closer to Cove. He was there for you, and right now, you were counting on that. Hey, can you tell where it's coming from?
Not really.
Then we'll have to look more, somewhere else. Maybe we'll see something. Okay, let's go. As you walked through the familiar streets of your neighborhood, fear coursed through your veins. When your hand brushed against his, you realized that you hadn't been the only one who had tried closing the gap. Shadow cuts corners and angles where you didn't expect them, distorting the features you saw every day. The noise came again, shrill and hard. It set your teeth on the edge the way it ground its way through you. Cove's throat popped. His eyes glistened in the dim light. You stayed frozen in the spot, you took a deep breath to calm yourself, you ran to hide behind Cove. I would do the middle one. Like, I wasn't that much of a wuss as a kid. You sucked in a lungful of the cool night air, letting it out slowly through your mouth. Your parents had mentioned that it was good for relaxing nerves. There was no question that you were afraid of whatever the noise may be, but you didn't want that to stop you. Despite your fear, you had to be brave. Cove stepped in front of you to look at your face. He was serious. We can do it, Machi. He lifted his hand for you to take. I accepted his hand. I wouldn't grip his arm, I would just accept the hand. You carefully slid your hand into his, and through your palms, and though your palms were both clammy, you held them tight. You couldn't explain why, but it made you feel stronger, and you felt like you were ready to continue on now. Cove shut his eyes and pressed his lips together. Your fingers locked around each other even tighter.
So...
Where do you want to check? The park, the beach, the hills behind my house. I guess the hills behind my house. You and Cove ascended the hill, lit only by the stars in the night sky. The wind rippled through the grass and ruffled your hair. Without the sun's light to translate what you were seeing, every bush in the distance looked like a creepy figure or towering monster. The noise was just as loud here as it was in your neighborhood, with just as little indication behind the cause. But you kept going forward and ran away and snapped back to your neighborhood quietly. But you kept going forward. We're in it now, so we're staying there. You couldn't stop when you had already gone so far. You had to find out what was going on. The top of the hill was an excellent vantage point to survey the town from. Everything appeared normal. There was no out-of-place sight pinpointing the answer to this mystery. Without visible markers to guide your way, you supposed it was up to you and Cove to deduce the source of the sound. The hill had many great hiding places, and you intended to check them all. You upturned rocks, peered up trees, and rummaged in the thick grass for anything that might bring some closure on all this. Wait, actually, I need to check something. Okay, yeah, I have the right thing. Okay, that's good. For a second I was afraid I still have the story reading title, and I was like, wait, do people know what they're coming here for? Okay, the hill had many great hiding places, and you intended to check them all. You upturned rocks, peered up trees, and rummaged in the thick grass for anything that might bring some closure on all this. You stuck close to Cove as you hunted for the source of the noise. When the shrieking noise shook the air, seeing him beside you calmed your racing heart. Seeking to ease your nerves and put aside thoughts of what might be out on this dark, spooky night, you decided to strike up a conversation. Your search for a topic was more fruitful than your search for the noise. Your eyes fell on Cove's cast, and you were instantly inspired. Have you broken any other bones? A second, I need to drink something. Have you broken any other bones?
No.
Oh. It turned out that wasn't much of an engaging topic for him after all. I broke my leg once, my arm was broken before too. I never broken any bone. I never did. I was a careful child. Lucky. That put an end to your injury discussion, but Cove's calmer mood elevated the bleak atmosphere like you hoped it would. Cove cast his eyes out to the darkness, feeling bolder. Does this make you feel strange? We were people who heard weird noises at night and are out looking for what it is. It's like we're at the start of a book or movie and we're the main characters. Yeah. It's a horror story, action, fantasy documentary. Horror or fantasy? I would like to be like, it's a fantasy. We're gonna turn out that we are some freaking prophecy heroes and we have to save the world and we're gonna have magical powers and all that stuff. That's what I was into as a kid. I know. Just tap it more. You don't have to scream at me. Wow. Wow. world they found outside looked like their own, but it wasn't. They had stepped into another dimension without even knowing.
Really?
Yep, it's a dimension where everyone has been cursed to sleep until the monster making the noise is defeated. How are we going to defeat the monster? We'll find magical swords that can defeat the dreaded beast with one blow. I was more of a bow person. I always liked bows and spears. And those would be the two weapons I would always make with my cousin. Okay. Well, whatever the noise was, you were confident that you had established that it was not coming from the hill. Once you were satisfied nothing out of the ordinary was to be found on the hill, you had to consider your next step. Park as well, the beach. What hour is it? We may be coming back home, so we can wrap it up soon, because she's getting very bored right now. Hima just... No. Yeah. So she's very bored and I need to play with her. And okay, actually I'm gonna take a quick break, like really quick, to play with her a little, and then I'll come back. Give me like 2 minutes. I have to run her. You may see me walking around, like moving a bit, but well, it's gonna be in my room. Hima, get out of there. See you later. I'm back. Okay. She got some snacks, she got some play, not too much of it, but hopefully enough for her not to go too crazy, and so that we can check out the 2 other locations as well. Alright. The park. The private playground was as empty as ever. You could just about hear the mysterious sound if you were quiet, but it had simmered down to a whisper. Cove was practically shaking when he realized it had progressed far enough to reach there. He swallowed hard, but faced you with a determined face. My dad says, good detective work starts at home. He watches a lot of crime shows, so maybe it could be good to look closely. Okay. The 2 of you swept through every corridor of the park. No monkey bar, swing, or tire went unchecked. Huh. He was squatting on the ground, squinting at something in his hand. Intrigued, you checked over his shoulder, so you could see too. Cove held it in his open palm. Coiled inside was a length of sparkly chain, grains of sand embedded in the fine links. Lifting it up, it became apparent how this had come to be here. You'd seen bracelets and necklaces enough to recognize that the clasp which held it together had snapped. It's broken. He-Man! Sorry, she's playing with the cables of my headphones. It's silver. Werewolves hate silver. Other things too, I think. If this noise is caused by a monster, we can protect ourselves with it. You'll scare it away with junk. What if it's not real silver? Let's get into the fantasy. We can protect ourselves with it. Yeah. He flicked the chain as if cracking a tiny whip. I wonder if there's anything else we could use out here. Cove considers this, frowning. I should have grabbed some garlic before I left. His frown evolved into a scowl. It probably wouldn't have worked. That doesn't have real garlic. He gets fake garlic? It's little flakes in a jar. Not real balls you have to cut up like Mom uses. Flakes might be easier to use. It's still real garlic, just already chopped. That can taste good. We won't need it anyway. We won't need it anyway. We have silver. It won't be a vampire. They're not this loud.
You're right.
You had exhausted all the possible places to search in the park. Straightening up, you mused over your next step. It's gone. What? Then you realized it. The noise, which had grown fainter and less frequent during your search, had died off completely. You and Cove shared puzzled looks, but neither of you had an answer for what had caused the mystery sound or made it go away. A yawn crept upon you. All the excitement had made you forget how late it was. Let's go home. We're not going to find anything now. The night was still as you walked home. With none of the usual background noises or the eerie whistle from before, you could hear every step you and Cove made, like a cough in a movie theater. The 2 of you came to a halt outside your front door. Never before had it looked so ominous. Now to sneak back inside. Do you sneak out a lot? Not really. This is the first time. I don't think I have ever sneaked out of home. Like ever. Maybe, but I'm pretty sure I haven't. Yeah, I've never tried to do it till now. Thought so. How did you know? I hadn't seen you out of my window this late before. That was fair, though it could have been possible you were just so good at sneaking that this was the first time he had caught you. Are you worried about getting caught?
No.
He was so forthright that you believed him completely. But your dad, won't he get mad or sad if he catches you? He's never happy with what I do. That's so sad. I feel so bad for this kid. Like, I can tell his father is trying, and I'm not gonna shit on his dad because his dad is actually trying to do the parenting, just doesn't know how to. And like, this kid is out there without his mama, trying to just freaking survive. His father tries to pay people to be friends with him. He cannot really care much about things. Like, that's so sad. I hope when we get older, he gets a bit more confident because I want him to be more confident. He deserves it. Oh. You sympathize, you encouraged Cove to say it more positively, you stayed out of it. You didn't know how to react. I sympathized. That must be hard. Yeah. He and Mom do what they want. Why shouldn't I? Alright, I'm going in.
Bye.
Okay, good night. Good night, Cove. Thanks for coming with me tonight. I'm not sure I could have done it by myself. I wanted to go with you. You beamed at him. You turned the doorknob as slowly as a clock's minute hand. Holding your breath for the telltale click of the lock, then nudged it open. When all that happened was the door opening rather than the blaring alarms that you'd fear, you melted with relief. Back inside your house, you were surprised to find your mom still watching TV. Weirder still, it looked like they were on the same show as they were watching before you left, yet you were positive you'd been out investigating for hours. Perhaps you could use their distraction to your advantage. If you could just get up the stairs, you would be safe from suspicion. But how could you get there? You tried to sneak past, you decided to walk in your own house nonchalantly, you couldn't, you had to give up and come clean. I would probably try to sneak. You hacked the walls as you crept delicately around the perimeter of the room. It was a violent effort that any spy would have been proud of, right up until the moment when you tripped over a power cord and nearly fell over. That's very me. That's me coded. Machi? You might not have fallen, but your accident ruined your cover. You had been spotted. They abandoned the couch and their show to hurry over. They were still in a state of surprise. You weren't in trouble yet.
Are you okay?
What are you doing down here, sweetie? Did you have a bad dream? Yeah, sure. I had the worst dream, actually. Do you wanna hear about it? I can come up with it. I had the worst dream ever. Like, you wouldn't imagine. Like, I was being chased by so many. Like, I was the super villain for some reason, and I was chased by all those superheroes, and I had to fight them. But more and more and more were coming over, and I felt so helpless, and I just couldn't do anything about it, and it was so overwhelming. And I just woke up so scared. Yeah, that would be me. Hello. I had a dream like that when I was a kid, and I still remember it. And I only remember it because I would tell about it to my much older cousin, and well, he was good at pretending that he's interested, so I would just go over and add more details, and yeah, that was embarrassing because I was like, yeah, there were like Superman and Spider-Man, and then there was so many Hulks, and like, in my memory that was such a, like, right now I made it feel better, but when I was a kid I was like, yeah, and I was in the middle and there was nothing, and then I was surrounded by Spider-Mans and I defeated them all, but then an army of Iron Man was there, and then it was even more of them, and just keep going like this, calling out all the possible monsters and superheroes and stuff I knew to make it like walls and walls and walls until I ran out of ideas. Bless this man's patience. You couldn't bring yourself to own up to what you had done. I heard scary noises, so I came down here. The surprise gave way to concern.
Sweetie.
Honey, Mom took you by the hand and led you up the stairs. Wolf, your hand is cold. Why didn't you come over to us? I was supposed to be in bed. Margie, you won't ever be in trouble for coming to us when you're frightened. We'd much rather you came to us than try to solve things all by yourself. Her phrasing made you feel bad. The nervousness ate at you as you were tucked into bed. Your moms assumed that your flushing and insistence on delving under the covers was part of your fear, and spoke to you softly until you calmed down enough to peep out from underneath your sheets. Once your mom had left, you turned over the night's adventure in your mind. It was still hard to believe that she'd really done it. It was harder still to believe that she'd gotten away with it. Even now, you half expected to be caught somehow. Perhaps you'd left the door ajar or trailed sand where they'd already swept up. You hoped that Cove had gotten home okay, though he hadn't been worried. Being told off was never fun. Wriggling down deeper underneath the sheets, your thought turned to the unsolved mystery. You and Cove had only just begun to scratch the surface of it. Maybe you'd solve it and maybe you wouldn't, but what mattered was that you'd share the experience with each other. You were still so energized by the night's excitement that you tossed and turned in bed for some time, thinking up theories to share with Cove when you next saw him. Sleep eventually claimed you, but the adventure merely resumed in your dreams. The next morning proceeded mostly like usual, though your mom seemed to be given extra consideration since inviting you last night. You later learned Cove didn't end up in trouble for the nightly escapade either. It was unclear whether that was because his dad chose not to punish him or if Cove got away with it. It was amazing to you that it all worked out for you both. As for the sounds that started the soul, the adults around were convinced it was nothing more than the wind. For your imaginative mind, that wasn't nearly enough. How could they accept something so simple so easily? Maybe it would make more sense when you were grown up too. Cute. Okay, that's gonna be it for today. It's been almost 2 hours, something like that. I think, I don't know. I hope. I need to go to sleep because, as I mentioned before, I have an early shift tomorrow and I have a long shift. So tomorrow I will be yapping at work for like 6 hours straight, no break, and therefore my voice needs a break right now. So yeah, thank you all for watching. The VOD will be uploaded on YouTube at some point. And we will start the step 2, the next stream, which will be on Friday. On which hour, I have no idea. I will be home around, I don't know, 6 p.m. So I would probably start around, probably at the same hour as today. Maybe I'll just say that. The same hour as today. Possibly. Maybe a bit earlier. I don't know. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. And I will hopefully see you again soon. Well, bye-bye. Hime is just going to sleep now that I'm finishing this stream. Can you guys believe that?